Welcome back from our Abuja studios. The National Broadcasting Commission has cautioned broadcast stations against unethical practices as the 2019 general election approaches. The Director General of the NBC, Mr. Ishaq Modibo Kawu, was speaking at a news conference in Abuja, where he said the Commission will not fail to sanction stations that fail to comply with the laid-down rules. Mr. Kawu also highlights the Commission's plan for 2018, which will include the flag-off of the digital switchover in 12 states before the end of the third quarter of the year.
We all live in interesting times. These indeed are very interesting times in the world and in our country in particular. For all of us in the media, the tempo of activities will certainly pick up, especially in the terrain of politics in 2018. Our responsibility to help the people understand the fast-paced changes around us will therefore be greater. That's reason to remind all of us of our ethical responsibilities and the canons of professionalism. We have also scheduled to switch on 6 more states, 1 each from the 6 geopolitical zones, during this year 2018. We envisage that by the end of the third quarter of 2018, hopefully, we would have switched on in 12 states around Nigeria.
Governor Willie Obiano of Anambra State says he is committed to ensuring all-round infrastructure development that will transform the state and also improve the life of residents. He was speaking during the inspection of the ongoing construction of the Golden Tulip Resort in Agulu and a road project in Benue local government area of the state.
The dancing by these women is in celebration of the ongoing rehabilitation of this road. For over 10 years, the 6.7-kilometer coast-terrace road in Benue local government area was impassable, and now it's finally receiving attention. Governor Willie Obiano has come to see how far work is going.
On the whole, we are doing about 100 kilometers of road in Benue urban, and you can see the asphalting. We are trying to see how much of this roads we can asphalt before the rainy season.
It's a day of inspection for the governor as he moves with his team to another site to inspect the construction of the 5-star Golden Tulip Resort. Governor Willie Obiano is taken round the state-of-the-art facility, which is expected to be the best in the southeast region when completed. The resort is being built by the state government in partnership with the Golden Tulip Hotel.
We have transformed this place, as you can see, into, if you had been here 6 or 7 months ago, I'm sure you would not believe what you're seeing here today. I have the assurance of both the Golden Tulip and the contractor that this beautiful hotel will be ready for use before my inauguration, March 17 this year. And the first retreat that my new executive council will have will be in this hotel.
The road and the resort are just 2 on the list of projects being worked on by Governor Obiano's administration. He is scheduled to visit other major projects, which the government hopes will make life easier for the people.
And from there, it's time for the business news of the day. Here is Imana Amawe.
Welcome to Business News. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation says it plans to deliver 2 cargoes of petrol per day for this month in a bid to reduce the fuel shortages in some parts of the country. According to a statement from the NNPC, each of the 2 cargoes is 50 million litres, making a total of 100 million litres that will be brought in per day for the rest of February to increase supply and replenish strategic reserves. In the meantime, the NNPC has mandated its midstream subsidiary, the Nigerian Pipeline and Storage Company, to repair relevant pipelines which will facilitate seamless pumping and ensure efficient distribution of the products to depots across the country. And the Anambra state government has asked the private sector operating in the Benue area of the state to leverage on its investment promotion agency for the realization of the proposed automotive industrial park. The Deputy Governor, Mr. Nkemo Keke, amplified this message while at a roundtable with manufacturers within the state. Meanwhile, a lawmaker representing the constituency at the National Assembly, Mr. Chris Azubogu, is asking government to attend to the needs of the manufacturers in preparation for an industrial cluster. And internet search giant Google has ranked Nigeria among the top 3 countries in the world that spend quality time online in search of various goods and services. This was disclosed by Google's country manager for Kenya, Mr. Charles Murito, in South Africa, while presenting a paper on the evolution of digital advertising and the rise of online presence among African countries. He says Nigeria, which tops Africa's list for online presence through mobile search, grew from 76% in 2014 to 86% in 2017. Mr. Murito attributes this growth to the availability of affordable mobile devices, but notes that the number could grow faster if the cost of mobile broadband data is drastically reduced. And Nigeria's stock market records its 4th straight decline at the close of today's trading session, owing to more profit-taking from the consumer goods and banking sectors. Tosin Additional has details on today's trading.
Many thanks for joining us on the Stock Market Report. A massive 1.7 billion shares of Tier 2 lender Sterling Bank were sold today at the Nigerian Stock Exchange, leading the day's total turnover to top 2.2 billion shares. There was strong buying also on other Tier 2 banks like Skybank. The market index, however, finished in a negative territory by 0.5% as consumer bellwethers like Nestle lose prices on the counter. This is the 4th straight session of decline on the NSE General Index since the week started. Top on the list of 16 gainers are the shares of Unity Bank, Forte Oil and Royal Exchange, while Skybank and Hallmark Insurance led a pack of 26 losers. And that's the Stock Market Report for today. I am Tosin Additional.
And the Bank of England says it plans to gradually increase its policy rate this year, but not up to the pre-2009 crisis level. In a press briefing by top officials of the central bank, led by the governor, Mark Carney, the policy-making team announced the decision to leave headline interest rate unchanged at 0.5%. The Bank of England raised its borrowing cost from 0.25% last November for the first time in more than 10 years. The BBC reports that economists project the next rate rise could come as soon as May. In after-lunchtime currencies trade, the British pound was higher on the US dollar by 1.02% at 1.4024. And it's a slightly mixed close today for some of the world's leading stock markets, as the Dow Jones plunged by more than 1,000 points despite the release of strong earnings and economic data. Let's take a look at some of the numbers. That's business news tonight. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Emana Amawe.
Thanks, Emana. Governor Ayo Fayose of Ekiti State today blamed the killing of more than 70 persons in Benue State on the poor handling of security intelligence by the federal government and her security agencies. The governor made the comment while on a visit to Benue State to commiserate with the government and people over the killings. He also asked Governor Samuel Otom not to compromise on the open grazing prohibition law.
Like his Rivers State counterpart, Governor Ayodele Fayose of Ekiti State is in Benue State to commiserate with Governor Samuel Otom and the people of the state. From the airport, they all head to the site of the mass grave, where a minute silence is observed in honor of the 73 victims of herdsmen attack. From the site to the government house, where Governor Fayose made a donation of 10 million naira to help support the IDPs. He tells Governor Tom not to compromise his stance in the anti-grazing law.
The Constitution has given you power to make laws to protect your people. I made that law, I stand by it. Stand by your own. You are not saying you are making laws for other people. You are making it for your people. For the protection of your people. For the peace of your people. The anti-grazing law must not be compromised.
It's an opportunity for Governor Samuel Otom to thank the National Assembly for rejecting the Senator Abu Ibrahim-led committee, which refused to give him fair hearing and presentation before the committee.
A report of the Inspector General of Police that was so biased, all about what they say, they are represented him as a mouthpiece of Mehachi Allah. And I'm calling on him to resign and take full charge of this his new role.
Addressing journalists after the visit, Governor Fayose faults the response mechanism and poor handling of the Benue threats by the federal government.
How can a governor give you advance warning under secret security information, and that thing still happens? How can you tell a governor in a situation that, like Governor Thomas found himself, that go and accommodate your people, go and accommodate people killing you? God forbid, but you know.
The general consensus here is that open grazing remains banned in Benue State, and the people must first protect one another against unforeseen attacks by the killers suspected to be herdsmen.
And ahead of the 2019 elections, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is strengthening its collaboration with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to prevent buying of votes at polling stations. At a meeting with the acting chairman of the EFCC in Abuja, INEC's chairman sought the intervention of the commission regarding vote buying and campaign financing. According to the INEC chairman, he would want to see the EFCC strengthen its surveillance system and track politicians' sources of finance, as well as the amount of money they spend for campaigns.